Bill Cipher is one of the most powerful beings ever. He kills Time Baby in seconds. He bends reality like it's nothing. He turns Gravity Falls into a literal nightmare. This guy is unstoppable. He basically treats existence like a joke. So here's what I don't understand. How does someone that powerful lose to 2 children and 2 elderly men? Seriously. If Bill is really this unstoppable cosmic god like everyone says he is, then his defeat honestly makes no sense. And the more I looked into his powers, the weirder that contradiction started to feel. Because either Bill Cipher is one of the most overrated villains in animation, or people completely misunderstood what kind of powers he actually has. Bill Cipher is one of the most powerful beings we've ever seen in Gravity Falls. This is a creature that destroyed his own dimension, a being that bent reality so badly, the laws of physics literally stopped working. He turned people into statues, and then made a throne out of them. He killed Time Baby in seconds. During Weirdmageddon, Bill basically became a god, and that's exactly why something about him never made sense to me. Because if Bill was really this unstoppable cosmic entity, then how did he lose to 2 kids and 2 old men? Seriously, think about that. This is someone powerful enough to break dimensions, but he gets outplayed by Stanley Pines. And the weird part is, the more you look at Bill's story, the less that feels like bad writing. It starts feeling intentional. Because maybe the biggest misunderstanding about Bill Cipher isn't how powerful he is. Maybe it's what kind of power he actually has. Bill Cipher isn't just powerful in the normal way. He is a literal reality warper. He can literally rewrite laws of physics like it's nothing. During Weirdmageddon, the entire town of Gravity Falls basically became Bill's imagination made real. That's what makes him terrifying. Most villains still exist inside reality. Bill treats reality like a toy, and it gets even crazier when you realize his power isn't just physical. Bill can manipulate time itself. The moment he erased Time Baby, Gravity Falls basically told us, even time is a toy for him. Because Time Baby wasn't just another monster, he represented the timeline itself, and Bill killed him in seconds. Then there's the scale of what Bill already did before the series even started. He didn't just escape his home dimension, he destroyed it. The Euclidean dimension was liberated by Bill, meaning everyone there died because of him. And the scariest part is, Bill doesn't even fully belong in our reality. He comes from the nightmare realm, a place beyond normal logic, where existence itself feels unstable. Everything about him feels wrong on purpose, which is why, for most of Gravity Falls, Bill genuinely feels unbeatable. But the more I looked at Bill, the more I started realizing something. Bill's greatest weapon was never destruction, it was manipulation. Because if you actually pay attention, Bill almost never wins by overpowering people first. He wins by getting inside their heads. Think about it. Gideon let Bill in because he wanted power. Ford let Bill in because he wanted answers. Dipper almost trusted him because he wanted a shortcut. Even in the book of Bill, Bill isn't trying to punch his way into reality. He's trying to manipulate the reader, infect them. And suddenly Bill starts feeling way more dangerous, because reality warping is terrifying, but psychological manipulation is personal. Bill sees insecurity, then he turns those emotions into a doorway. That's why contracts are so important to him. Bill can't just force his way into everything. He needs permission. That makes him feel less like a normal villain, and more like an actual demon. Because demons in stories don't usually destroy people with brute force. They tempt them. They offer something. And by the time the victim realizes what's happening, it's already too late. That's exactly how Bill operates, which means Bill's real power was never just reality warping. It was making people open the door for him themselves. And this is where Bill starts becoming really interesting to me, because the more you look at his powers, the more you realize they come with conditions. A lot of conditions. And for someone who feels like a god, that's strange. Think about it. If Bill was truly all-powerful, why does he need deals? Why does he need permission to enter someone's mind? Because throughout the entire series, Bill almost never brute forces his way into people. He manipulates them into letting him in. That's not unlimited power, that's dependency. And it gets even weirder when you realize Bill couldn't even fully exist in our reality at first. Before Weirdmageddon, he was basically trapped, a nightmare entity stuck outside the physical world. That's why the rift mattered so much. Bill needed a way in. And suddenly the image of Bill starts changing. Because now, he doesn't feel like an all-powerful demon anymore. He feels more like a demon trying to break into a locked house. Even the Book of Bill hints at this. Bill constantly tries to keep attention on himself, almost like attention itself keeps him alive. And honestly, if Bill was truly beyond everything, why would he need any of this? Why would an actual god need permission? Because maybe his power was never absolute. And this is why Bill actually loses. Not because he isn't powerful. He loses because his power is filtered through his personality. Bill can bend reality, but he can't control his own ego. He can see possibilities, but he can't believe someone beneath him could outsmart him. He can manipulate minds, but he doesn't truly understand people. And that matters, because in the finale, Bill doesn't lose to stronger magic. He doesn't lose because someone overpowers him. He loses because he makes a psychological mistake. He assumes Stan and Ford are exactly what he thinks they are. He assumes people are selfish, predictable. To Bill, existence is everything. So the idea that Stanley would willingly destroy his own mind just to stop him doesn't make sense to Bill. It's not part of how he sees the world, and that is the limit of his power. Bill can rewrite reality, but he can't comprehend someone choosing love over self-preservation. That's why his powers fail. Not because reality warping is weak, but because Bill is too arrogant to use it carefully. That's the real weakness. Bill's powerful enough to break reality, but not mature enough to understand it. And that's why he loses to mere humans. So after looking at all of this, I don't think Bill Cipher was ever a fraud. But I also don't think he was the untouchable god people imagined him to be. Not because he lacked power, but because he believed he was too powerful to fail. And honestly, that's what makes Bill such an incredible villain. Because under all the cosmic horror, there's still something deeply flawed inside him, something insecure. But thank you for watching. If you liked the video, I would appreciate if you subscribed.